I wrote this song today. I recently got home from a Bible study. We're studying the story of Gideon this week and last week, and it's a really amazing story. So Israel had been sinning, and so God allowed them to be oppressed, and he comes to Gideon to tell him to go, basically, long story short, to rescue his people from their enemy. And ultimately, God does do exactly that using Gideon. It's an amazing story. It's in the book of Judges, chapter 6 or 7 or 8, something like that, if you want to go read it. Basically, after many assurances, Gideon finally goes to lead a battle against the Midianites and the Amalekites who are oppressing Israel. And God, at first, when Gideon's army has been gathered, he says, this is too many people. You're going to need to send people home, lest Israel think that it's their hand that is going to win the victory. And so after sending many people home, there's left 300 men against what is, if you add it up, and if the ladies and I were correct in how we added it up, there's about 135,000 men in the enemy camp. And it's incredible because the Israelites were already at a huge disadvantage before God sent a lot of people home. So now it's 300 versus about 135,000. And the battle plan that Gideon has is that each man of the 300 men would have a clay jar with a torch inside of it. And they would also each have a trumpet. And at Gideon's lead, they would smash the clay jars and break them. And that torch would be in there. And then they would also blow their trumpet and say something along the lines of, for the Lord and for Gideon. They would shout something like that. And so when they did this, God caused the men in the enemy camp to start fighting themselves. And then they ran, and Gideon and the men pursued them, and ultimately the enemy was defeated and God got the glory, and it was really amazing. So something in the story that we went over in our Bible study was how, the whole thing about the clay jars, I didn't really understand why did God have them hold these clay jars? It seems kind of random. Well, if you think about it, we as believers are kind of like clay jars, and it's God who's inside of us, who has filled us with his spirit, who has given us his spirit. He's given us faith. He's like the torch. And we're just like these fragile clay jars, but God is the one who has all the glory. He's the powerful one. It's not the clay jar that's powerful. It's the light. It's the torch inside the clay jar. And in the story, the men break open those clay jars. Such an amazing picture of showing that we do not save ourselves. We do not get any glory if we do some work that God works in us. That is God. All glory to God. He is the amazing one. And a verse that was referenced this morning in our Bible study was 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7. But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. And in the story of Gideon, God, remember, before the battle even began, he sent home so many men to make sure that the Israelites would realize that that was God who won the battle, not their own strength, not their own hand, but God. So it's an amazing story. And as believers, we're so blessed to have Jesus. He is the treasure. He's amazing. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6, backing up from verse 7, so remember verse 7 was, but we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. Well, thinking to myself, well, what does it mean by this treasure? What is it referring to when it says, but we have this treasure? What treasure is it that we have in jars of clay? Going back to verse 6, it says, for God, who said, let light shine out of darkness, has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. So the treasure that believers have inside our clay, our fragile bodies, which are really like jars of clay, the treasure we have is the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. It's knowing Jesus. It's knowing Jesus and having him. It's seeing his glory, that he is not just a man, but also God, and he loves us. And he came to earth. He humbled himself, came to earth in a human body to serve us, to seek the lost, to save the lost. And he died so that we could be redeemed. And he rose again, proving that he really was not just a man, but also God. He was a man just like us, but he was also God, one with the Father. And he died, and he proved that he can forgive us. He can save us. So we have that treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. I want to keep reading. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed, always carrying in the body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be manifested in our bodies. For we who live are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, so that the life of Jesus also may be manifested in our mortal flesh. So death is at work in us, but life in you. So to be honest, I don't fully understand the following verses after verses 7 and 8, but I wanted to read that. And I wrote this song after this morning's Bible study, so I'm going to go ahead and play it now. You have not given me a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. You did not give me a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. You did. All glory to God, all glory to Jesus. you will. All glory to God, all glory to Jesus. He is the light, He is the rock, He is salvation. All glory to God, all glory to Jesus. He is the light, He is the rock, He is salvation. I'm just a weak jar of clay. May your glory and power, God, be on full display. I may be afflicted in every way, but Jesus, you're with me always. I'm just a weak jar of clay, but may your glory and power, God, be on full display. I may be afflicted in every way, but Jesus, you're with me always. All glory to God, all glory to Jesus. He is the light,